A journey from colonization to the establishment of the greatest democracy of modern times. Before it was called America, before Europeans arrived in the New World, the land now known as the United States was inhabited by millions of Native Americans who lived in advanced societies with their own languages, cultures, and systems. Some built cities like the Hopi and Anasazi, while others lived a nomadic tribal lifestyle. Everything changed in 1492 when Christopher Columbus arrived in the Caribbean. Little did he know he was opening the door to European exploration that would forever change the continent. The beginning of European settlement. In 1607, the British established the first permanent colony in America, Jamestown, now Virginia. Other colonies followed, established by the English, French, Spanish, and Dutch. But what distinguished the 13 British colonies was their social and political character. Many settlers came fleeing religious persecution in Europe, seeking new freedoms. Among them were the Puritan Pilgrims, who founded the Massachusetts colony in 1620. Over time, these colonies began to grow and prosper, despite conflicts with the Native Americans, epidemics, and a harsh climate. Tensions with Britain. By the 18th century, the colonies were prosperous commercially, but they were under direct British rule. As Britain's economic power grew, it began imposing taxes on the colonies, such as the sugar tax, 1764, the stamp tax, 1765, the Tea Act, 1773. All of these laws increased the anger of the colonists, who raised their famous slogan, "No taxation without representation." Protests erupted, including the Boston Tea Party, in which colonists threw British tea shipments into the sea in protest against the tax. The American Revolution, 1775 to 1783. In 1775, the Revolutionary War began between the colonies and the British Army. The conflict was unequal, but the Americans fought bravely under the leadership of George Washington, the general who would later become the nation's first president. On July 4, 1776, the colonists declared their independence in a historic document written by Thomas Jefferson, the Declaration of Independence. This document affirmed the human rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. With French assistance, the British Army was defeated, and Britain formally recognized American independence in the Treaty of Paris in 1783. Building the new nation independence was not the end of the road, but rather its beginning. In 1787, representatives of the states met and wrote the United States Constitution, the first document establishing a modern democratic government based on separation of powers, legislative, executive, judicial. Individual rights, a federal system that distributes power between the central government and the states. In 1789, George Washington became the first president of the United States. Expansion and maturity. During the 19th century, the United States expanded westward and its economic power increased. It purchased territories such as Louisiana from France, annexed Texas, and occupied territory from Mexico. However, expansion led to major divisions, particularly over slavery. The North opposed it, while the South depended on it economically. This disagreement led to the outbreak of the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, which ended with the victory of the North and the abolition of slavery. From emerging nation to superpower. In the 20th century, America participated in both world wars and contributed to the rebuilding of Europe. After World War II, it became the leader of the free world against the Soviet bloc during the Cold War. By the end of the century, the United States had become the most powerful country politically, economically, and militarily in the world. Today, America as an icon of freedom and opportunity. The United States today is home to more than 330 million people from diverse backgrounds, ethnicities, and cultures. It is a country founded on an idea, not one of race, religion, or language, that all people have the right to live free and shape their own future. The origins of America are not just dates and names. They are a human story of freedom, struggle, ambition, and the building of a nation from nothing. A country that began as a group of immigrants and farmers and ended as a superpower shaping the face of the world.